You know that moment in a project when no one is saying, I have no idea what's happening, but everyone is asking a more professionally acceptable version of it. Wait, where are we? What changed? What are we deciding now? What happens next? Nothing may be visibly on fire. The plan exists, the meetings are on the calendar, the work is moving, but somewhere along the way, people have lost the thread. We put a lot of care into designing products, services, and platforms for the people who will eventually use them. Our team map journeys, anticipate friction, clarify choices, and think about what people need at each point of the way. But the experience of making that work, the handoffs, decisions, feedback loops, status updates, and inevitable plot twists, often get whatever process happens to already be in place. I think that's a design problem, not because every meeting needs a theme song or a more elaborate ritual, because people need to understand where they are, what matters now, and how to move forward together. And you can usually feel the breakdown before you can prove it in the plan. You may know a version of this story. The project is on schedule, and everyone involved is still uneasy. The milestones are moving, the dashboard is green, the tasks have owners, but the same questions keep resurfacing, the same decisions keep reopening. The team is quietly working harder just to keep the experience from falling apart. The plan can tell us what's being done, what's due next, and who's responsible, and those things matter. But it can't, on its own, tell us whether our shared understanding is holding. When people don't know what changed, why it matters, and what they're being asked to do next, they don't stop working. They compensate, they infer, they add meetings. They carry uncertainty privately until it shows up as frustration, delay, rework, or a very long Slack thread. The plan is necessary, it's just not sufficient. The plan can organize the work, but it doesn't necessarily orient the people doing it. And that's the gap I focus on. I talked earlier on how, in designing a product or service, we pay close attention to how people will experience it. Where might they get stuck? What needs to be clear? What feedback will help them move forward? What happens when something changes? We rarely bring that same level of attention to the experience of making the work, and making complex work has an experience. It has entry points, handoffs, decision points, feedback cycles, moments of uncertainty, and places where people will either regain orientation or lose it. A kickoff is an experience. A status update is an experience. A risk conversation is an experience. A handoff is an experience. Those moments aren't just administrative. They shape whether people can participate meaningfully, make decisions with enough context, recover when the work changes, or trust the path ahead. So the question isn't how do we add more process? It's what changes when we bring more intention to clarity, feedback, friction, and orientation in the work of collaboration itself.